Hiya! Welcome! Got a few music collection pickups to show you today from 3 different websites, just rounding up some of what I've got recently. There's other bits that I'm still waiting for, as there always is really with my record collection and my general music collection. There's 3 records to show you here and 1 not a record that is related to a big collection of mine. Right then, first to Discogs Marketplace, and I've finally laid my hands on an album I've wanted for a long time now. I've browsed for it on Discogs and eBay mainly because it's bound to be one that's really only available on the aftermarket. But I browsed for it so many times and just all the sellers were like from the United States or possibly Japan, and the postage and taxes, customs fees, whatever you'd call them, were just way up there. And then just had a look again by off chance on Discogs, and there was a UK seller selling it for, including a bit of postage, around the £38 mark, maybe a little bit more. But for under £40 I was so delighted to get this, and it's a very limited edition as well, this copy. I'm talking about the debut album from Andrew WK, I Get Wet. So this is apparently a 2019 reissue. I think the album originally would have come out, that would have been around 2001, maybe 2002. It'll have all the release dates and publishing years and stuff on. I can see brilliant now distance wise. I can actually look at myself while I'm recording and I'm not dazzled by my ring light or anything now. It's brilliant. But really small text. I do need reading glasses for anything like that, but sort of slightly bigger text. I can read the tracks that are on the back of this sleeve here. So yeah, only 500 copies of this apparently. It was a US pressing, but it was from a UK seller. This may be a protective sleeve that the seller themselves chucked in. It is standard black vinyl from what I remember. Oh, it is a gatefold sleeve though. There we go, opens out into kind of a shot from the Party Hard, either the single sleeve or maybe even a shot from the promo video. I'm familiar with quite a few tracks on here because I've been an Andrew WK fan for years now, but I've really only listened to his stuff digitally until I bought, and that would have been either early this year or late last year, his most recent album, God Is Partying. I did do a video about that, and I always threatened to get as much Andrew WK as I could. But some of his stuff is quite expensive. I think this is just 1 disc. Comes with a black inner sleeve. I'm not going to faff around because I've got other things to show you and I've got other videos to shoot as well. So I'm trying to keep this video relatively nippy. But I'm so happy that I got that, and under £40 when there's only 500 copies in existence, I think it's an absolute bargain. And out of all the Andrew WK albums, and there's not many, and like I say, I've got his most recent one and that was it. But I've been listening to his music, especially his early stuff, for a long time now. I'm familiar with, obviously the big single on here was Party Hard. I love the title track, I Get Wet. That's probably my favourite Andrew WK song, at least on this album, and one of my all-time favourites. And I also know other ones like Party Till You Puke, Fun Night, I Love New York City. So yeah, I've probably heard almost all of this album over the years anyway. But great to get a physical copy of I Get Wet from Discogs. Right, move on to an eBay pickup, and this is one that was another absolute bargain. Came to around £25, free postage from America. It was one of those funny eBay sellers that kind of register in the UK, but you know they're shipping from the US. Rare Waves, I think they're called. I've used them before. They're pretty good for certain like music stuff. This one is one for the Erasure collection. It's Tomorrow's World, which was their studio album from... I'll be putting dates on, so I'm not even going to worry about trying to think what the year is. I was so happy to find this on eBay at this price, as this was one of the 3 Erasure albums I now need to complete the collection, not including any hits compilations that I'm not particularly interested in yet anyway. When I was looking on Discogs and other eBay sellers, just there again, as with Andrew WK, the prices are way up there. But to get this from America, brand new and sealed as you can see, for around the £25 mark. No postage to pay, no taxes to pay either, probably because of the way they registered on eBay. It's a 2-disc set, this. It is coloured vinyl. I think these are lilac discs, both of these, and there's some remixes on the second disc as well, so that's kind of like a bonus disc almost. What with me now having had my operation, I'm happy to show people who want to see these coloured discs and things and whatever else I've got in my collection in greater detail. I'm more happy to take photos and either put them on Instagram or just send them to people who may ask to see particular things. Normally I'd get this open and show you, but like I say, I don't want this video to go on forever, and I'm shooting another one right after as well. But there we are. Tomorrow's World, another studio album from Erasure that I needed. There's only 2 that I need now, studio albums wise. That's Snow Globe and The Violet Flame. I think The Violet Flame's going to be the difficult one to find out of those 2 really. But we'll see. That is a story for another day. Okay, last couple of purchases are both from HMV. And the first one I'll show you, and we move away from records temporarily at least, is something that came a few days ago. I've opened it, but I've not unsealed it. It's still in its shrink wrap. I'm talking about the Beatles Get Back Disney Plus documentary. It's the Blu-ray collector's set. So the Beatles Get Back came out on Disney Plus. That would have been around, was it last November that came out? And I watched it pretty much as soon as it came out. A 3-part documentary series, but each part's like about 3 hours odd long. This is a 3-disc set, so I'm assuming they've split the 3 parts, the 3 episodes out over 3 discs. I don't think there's anything in the way of extras in this, but it does come with some collector's cards. There again, like with coloured records, if people want to see these in better detail, once I've opened this and opened any of my records here today, I can show people photos if they require them. But I just wanted to quickly show you all these purchases today. So yeah, there's some collector's cards, you can kind of see a picture of them, but that's really all you get. If you're kind of a casual Beatles fan and you've got Disney Plus, this probably isn't for you. I am a massive Beatles fan and a massive collector, and I've done videos about it as well. I do like to collect as much Beatles on physical visual media as possible, as well as getting all their albums on CD. So this was a must-have for me regarding my Beatles collection. Even though there's no actual extras, the only extra thing you're getting is these collector's cards that I'm not arsed about. It's a good excuse for me to watch this again. This actual set, I think, has been delayed quite a while. I think originally it was meant to come out maybe February time, and then it got delayed till July. Really happy with Beatles Get Back, the Blu-ray Collector's Edition. If you've got Disney Plus and you've got any passing interest in music and the Beatles and the 60s, give it a go. Yes, each episode is long, but it's thoroughly fascinating. I've thought about doing a more in-depth review, and you never know, I may do one day. But my advice right now is just to watch it yourself. Get Disney Plus if you've not already got it, as that's pretty cheap every month and it's got lots of stuff on it, and it Disney Plus. But for me as a collector and a physical media collector, I had to have the box set, and I'll be cracking into this over the next few days. And finally, we've got mail opening. This came from HMV today. Not very big look, so you might be able to guess what this is, as it's a fairly small and flat package. I think this was $9.99, which normally if I was buying this on its own, I'd have to pay a bit in postage at HMV, but because I'd pre-ordered something at the same time, in fact this was a pre-order, but it was one that was coming out a lot sooner than the other thing, it qualified for free postage. $9.99 and no postage to pay, in essence, for this item here. And it's a brand new single from Pink Floyd. This is Hey Hey Rise Up. Now, I've not heard this. This is kind of an impulsive purchase. You will have seen I did buy a Pink Floyd album I bought live at Nebworth 1990 recently, as that was half price at Coda Records, and I just thought I can't pass that up at being £20. And then I thought, you know what, I've heard a lot of hype, even though I've not heard the track itself. It's available, YouTube and everywhere else, but I've deliberately kind of avoided it because I just want to put the record on. But I thought, you know what, because it's for a good cause, it's for the Ukraine Humanitarian Relief Fund, it's a charity single, and plus it's like the first new Pink Floyd recording in like a quarter of a century. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna get this. If the single isn't particularly great, then it doesn't matter. I've still done my bit for charity, really. But I've been buying a bit of Pink Floyd lately anyway, so it just seems a bit of a no-brainer. This will be just standard black vinyl. Side 1 is Hey Hey Rise Up, which is technically Pink Floyd featuring, and I'm going to butcher this name, I know, Andrei Kivnevuk, of Boombox. Boombox, from what I know about them, and my knowledge is very limited, is one of Ukraine's biggest bands. I think they're like a pop rock band, really. But the lead singer, I'm assuming this Andre guy is the lead singer of them, features with Pink Floyd here, who are at this point in time basically David Gilmour and Nick Mason, plus their kind of usual rotating cast of session musicians. But yeah, a new Pink Floyd single after all these years, and one for a brilliant cause as well. You know, it's worth anyone trying to pick this up. It's also out on CD single as well, by the way, for those who don't have a record player. And side 2 is A Great Day for Freedom 2022, which is a remix or a reworking of an old track. I can't remember what album that's off. It might be The Division Bell. I should know because I've got The Division Bell, but as I say, I'm very casual in my Pink Floyd listening at the moment. I've got a lot of holes in my knowledge to fill. But there we are, that's the final purchase of the day. Pink Floyd featuring Andre, name I can't pronounce, and I do apologise for that, from Boombox. Hey Hey Rise Up, the new single from HMV, not bad for a tenner. And of course we've got the Beatles box set on Blu-ray, and we've got albums from Andrew WK and Erasure to listen to as well. Thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed this look at these recent pickups. Special thanks go, as always, to my wonderful subscribers and generous patrons. Please see my description text box below, or it may be elsewhere on your device, or not even on your device, but please seek it out anyway to have a look at my Patreon link, Facebook group link, and a link for contents insurance. I'm going to go now, and I've got a lot of stuff to crack into here. As I say, the Beatles Get Back, which I've been dying to re-watch ever since I saw it for the first time, but I deliberately waited for the Blu-ray set to be released. That's going to get watched over the weekend, no doubt. And as for the records, may well start with Pink Floyd, the single, as that's only a 2-tracker and that's not going to take long, and then enjoy the Erasure and Andrew WK albums later on. And I do hope that all of you will join me again next time for my next record and Blu-ray collecting video. Cheers everyone. See ya!